Why is the character of Hamlet so timeless? So timeless, in fact, that he can transfer easily from his original form in Shakespeare's Hamlet to Gossip Girl, a popular TV show on the CW network. The answer to this question is not so easily rendered. The character Hamlet in Gossip Girl, known as Chuck Bass and played by Ed Westwick, remains familiar to audiences. Even though his location and generation is different from that of Shakespeare's Hamlet, he still utilizes the themes of revenge, justice, and memory. Both Chuck and Shakespeare's Hamlet do not handle tragedy well. When Chuck's father, Bart, CEO of Bass Enterprises, passes away, Chuck immediately tries to place the blame on people around him. Chuck's motivations become avenging his father's death. And similar to Hamlet in Shakespeare, Chuck also ostracizes himself from close friends and his love interest Blair after his father passed away. Chuck actively plots against his stepmother Lily in hopes to find enough evidence to keep her from inheriting the wealth created by Bass Enterprises. And this is where the major discrepancies between Shakespeare's text and Gossip Girl arise. Because the discord between Chuck Bass and Lily is between stepmother and son, and not mother and child, the plot loses some of its potency. Shakespeare's Hamlet has more reason to feel betrayed by his mother solely based on the fact that it is his mother. Shakespeare's Hamlet thought that his parents had a happy marriage. Chuck Bass, in contrast, and Lily are not related by blood, and it is known that Lily and Bart's marriage had been on the rocks for some time. The next major difference between Shakespeare's Hamlet and Gossip Girl is the setting. Shakespeare's Hamlet is a prince of Denmark, and Chuck Bass, although not a legal prince, can easily be classified as Manhattan royalty. He dons the latest trends and fashions, and he acts exempt from the laws that apply to typical American teenagers. For example, although you know that these kids attend Constance Billard, a very prestigious private school in the Upper East Side of Manhattan, you don't ever see them having any sort of homework or school conflicts. The problems in their life strictly pertain to problems that would only exist in the light of the elite. Shakespeare's Hamlet seems to base his actions on fond memories of his father and parents in hopes to seek revenge. On the contrary, Chuck's actions are more selfishly centered. He is certainly upset at the death of his father, but he doesn't seek revenge for the sake of his father's legacy or memory, but because he is concerned with the fate of his inheritance. The final difference between Shakespeare's Hamlet and Gossip Girl is the generational difference. Shakespeare's Hamlet is centuries old, and this episode of Gossip Girl aired in 2008. Despite the years that separate these two sources, the characters and events are extremely similar. Chuck, like Hamlet, is facing an extreme tragedy, and the mother figures in each story has already begun to move on. Memories drive Shakespeare's Hamlet to action. Chuck's motivations are inheritance-driven. Both Hamlet and Chuck actively pursue revenge, yet Hamlet wants Claudius dead, and Chuck just wants the truth from Lily and his inheritance. In both cases, the stakes are high, but because Gossip Girl is set in 2008, a time in which murder, even for Manhattan's elite, is illegal, Chuck's quest for revenge doesn't involve more death, and to some may seem more restricted. As you can see, the themes of memory, revenge, and justice that were so important in Shakespeare's Hamlet are still present in Gossip Girl. This adaptation is important because it points out how Shakespeare's Hamlet is still relevant in modern times. Gossip Girl is one of the most popular television shows out today. Like other TV shows, its purpose is to make money, but it also sells fashion, style, and a sort of image. The audience may not even know that this episode mirrors Hamlet, Regardless, it's important to know that Hamlet and themes in Hamlet are still used today, even in popular television shows. In the words of Gossip Girl, you know you love me, XOXO.